often do you consider our soil? We all take for granted the complex ecosystem that is right at our feet. But if we were to look down and look deep, we'd learn a lot about a planet that is designed to produce food. Koch Fertilizer thinks a lot about this and about how we can feed the plants that feed the world. Want to know how? Of course you do. You might have guessed it. Fertilizer is one of the key ways humans can enrich the earth for crop production. Most soils are deficient in adequate levels of the nutrients crops need, like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, which is why fertilizer is so important to crop production. But how do you make fertilizer?
Cindy, the last time I took chemistry was in high school, so can you explain to me what's happening here?
Yeah, so the main product that we make on site is granular urea, and in order to make urea, you first have to have ammonia and CO2, and we make both of those on site first. So the chemical formula for ammonia is NH3, so we need nitrogen and hydrogen. Our nitrogen source is just atmospheric air, and then our hydrogen source, we get our hydrogen from natural gas.
So you're putting two gases together. Keith, how does that make a solid?
So yes, we take urea and we scripted it out, or removing ammonia and the extra nitrogen that give us urea melt that we put through our granulator to give us our granules. Then we ship it to our customers and they either use for themselves or pack it up to sell for others.
Wow, that's a lot of fertilizer.
That's because we got a lot of mouths to feed.
So Greg, I think I have an understanding of how fertilizer is made, but I really want to get a sense of how much of the nation's crop production is dependent on chemical fertilizers.
But the USDA estimates that about 69% of all major field crops rely on either commercial or manure nitrogen. So when we take our product from our plant, we send it out to our partners who either use it themselves or they package it up for resale.
So I see the need for fertilizer, but can you talk about how Koch Fertilizer is continuing to raise the bar and transform?
Well, urea is the foundation for a lot of the products we make. We use it in the UAN process, which is urea ammonium nitrate, that's made from urea solution and nitric acid. We also use it in our Super U, which is a urea granular pellet that has specialty additives to help prevent nitrogen from leaching out of it. And then we make a DEF product here, which is a diesel exhaust fluid. It's made from urea and water. And if you have a diesel engine, you know it's the additive necessary to reduce emissions in your exhaust.
That's a great transition to my last question. At Koch, we talk a lot about stewardship and product innovations. You know, here we have Super U, DEF. Can you talk to us about Koch Fertilizer and how it's driving innovations in a transformative way?
That's my passion here at Enid. At Enid, we use effluent water, which is the discharge of the wastewater treatment plant. We bring in about 2 to 3 million gallons a day, which directly offsets our potable take. We're also always looking for ways to improve our energy efficiency and reduce all of our emissions, including CO2. That has allowed us to become an EPA Energy Star certified plant. We've got that award in 2020, 2021, and 2022, and we're also proud of the fact that there are 2 other Koch facilities in the U.S. and 1 in Canada that also have that same certification. To be an energy certified plant, you have to be in the top 25% for energy efficiency. That's for all fertilizer plants in North America.
Greg, thank you so much for chatting with me today. I've learned a lot.
My pleasure.